if you could get every listener to change just three behaviors or implement three, things in their life after this episode to make themselves and their organization safer, what would they be?
Um, I would first of all get everybody to slow down in the moment of feeling like something urgent has just come through. So whether that's the phishing email, whether it's the fake sharing of files or
Yeah.
compromise accounts, whatever, just take 5, think, ask somebody. That would be my first top tip. The second one for organizations would be to think about your IT systems and processes like you would currency. So only give tools and agencies and colleagues the access that they actually need. Only give them the currency that they actually need to be able to perform the role or whatever it might be that they have to have. So, those shared logins are really big risks, and the shared passwords are really big risks. So treat it like currency, only give those people who need access to the tools access. That would be my second tip. And then I would say for my third tip is make sure that you have got really strong individual passwords. So do not use the same password for every account that you have. Make sure that you aren't using something that's connected to you. Don't use your pet's name plus a couple of numbers and then an exclamation mark. Do try, yes, please change yours now. Please use something random. So you could use 3 random words and a numbers and characters that you wouldn't ordinarily use. Make sure they're not linked to you personally. We talked about the fact that these social engineering can happen and it can link to the various things. So not your favorite football team, not your favorite sports player, not your favorite child, whatever. Do make sure that you use something completely not relevant. And if you can, use password managers. They're not scary. They're good. They work. And so use a password manager.
Do you mean the built-in one within something like Chrome or Safari, or do you mean things like LastPass and those more sort of standalone?
Do you know, actually, you can use either. They're better than you having a password that's 1234566. So at the moment that we're at a space where actually, if you can use a password manager, use one. The standalone ones are better. But I appreciate that sometimes there are charges involved, and sometimes it can become difficult for people to use password managers in certain sectors and things. So, don't necessarily rely on password managers. You can create your own system. One of the top tips that I was given a long time ago is to create your own phonetic alphabet. So just create your own random phonetic alphabet, and at that point you can start to use 3 random words of those that link to whatever account it is that you've got. And if you do that, it'll be an easy way for you to remember it, and it'll be something that will be quite difficult to guess.
Oh, I like that. That's an interesting idea. I also like the fact that Safari, if you store your passwords in that, it will notify you if those passwords have been found in a leak. And I believe they get the information from haveibeenpwned.com, which is
That's right.
the words have I been owned, but the O is a P. .com, and you could just go straight to that website, can't you? I think you just put your email address in, and it just tells you anytime your email address or username shows up in one of the latest breaches that's sort of appeared or been traded somewhere online.
Yeah, that's it. And it's a really good tool actually to do that. But it's good cyber hygiene. You change your passwords regularly anyway. So it shouldn't be an issue if there has been a breach, because you should, of course, be changing your password frequently.
Yes, indeed.